Coming to Japan has been one of the amazing experiences of my life. I came here through a fully funded government scholarship, and in this video I'm going to tell you that how you can also secure a scholarship like that. In the first place, why should you consider coming to Japan? I think Japan is one of the safest countries in the world. Whenever you go outside of your home in Japan, you don't feel any kind of fear. The second reason is that there are a lot of things to experience in Japan. For example, a lot of things related to technology in the city, and there are not a lot of natural places to visit outside of the cities as well. Japan is also famous for its hospitality. Whenever you visit any place, whether it's a supermarket or it's a public office, you feel very respected. They give you a lot of respect and do your work with a lot of diligence, so I think this is one of the very nice things about Japan. One of the main reasons to come to Japan is that Japan needs a lot of people in almost every field. Right now, there are not enough people to take the jobs which Japan is having right now, so I think the markets are not very saturated. So I think this is the best time to explore, to come to Japan and build your career. To apply for any kind of scholarship in Japan, there are two main ways, and one of them is through the Embassy of Japan in your country. So in that way, you submit your documents to the embassy, and based upon your documents, they do some interviews, and after that, they recommend by giving you a recommendation letter, and you apply for the admission in Japanese universities. And the second way is directly through the university, which is called University Recommendation Track. And in today's video, I will briefly talk about the university recommendation process. There are three major scholarships in Japan, and the most famous one is MEXT, and I also came through this scholarship. And the other scholarship is Asian Development Bank, and based upon the university, they also have some positions on this scholarship. This usually requires some experience, like 2 years experience from the people who apply for this scholarship, and they also have some bond that after finishing your studies in Japan, you have to go back to your country for a certain period of time. And the third major scholarship is by JASSO, Japanese Students Board Organization. So for all these scholarships, the major benefits include that they pay for the full admission fee and the tuition fee of the university, and on top of that, they give you a monthly stipend which is almost 150,000 yen per month, and they also give you an air ticket to come and go back from Japan as well. There are some scholarships by JASSO where they only pay a certain amount per month, and they don't pay you any tuition fee or admission fee or for the air ticket. So it really depends upon the university that which kind of scholarships they are offering. So the important thing is that you should shortlist the universities in Japan which are offering the scholarships, and they also are offering the major which you want to study. For example, if you are from nuclear engineering, so that university must be offering a nuclear engineering course. And in these universities, you should select the professors, and you should make a list of professors, because in Japan, master's and PhD degrees are completely done under the supervision of professor. So based upon these universities, you should prepare a complete list of the relevant professors in the targeted universities. The overall flow of university recommendation track is that first, based upon your field, you write a research proposal and you send it to a professor who is from your field, the professor which you shortlisted from the university website. And professor looks at your research proposal, and if he agrees to work with you on that proposal, he give you an acceptance letter. And once you have that acceptance letter, you submit an admission application in the university along with your academic documents and also the acceptance letter from the professor. And based upon the criteria and the admission process from the university, for example, having some interviews with you or conducting some written examination, they approve your application and offer you the scholarship. One tricky part about university recommendation track is that there are almost 800 universities in Japan, and each university has their own number of seats for the scholarships. And they also announce their admission process on their websites, and it sometimes differs from one to another. So you should do a good research on shortlisting the university, for example, based upon the scholarship status, based upon the major you are interested in, and also based upon the language those courses are offered in. For example, most of the foreigners, they are of course interested in taking courses in English, but some of the students, for example from China, they are also prepared to take courses in Japanese. So you should carefully select a university which fulfill all of these criteria depending upon your preference. And one of the most common questions about Japanese scholarships is that, is IELTS required or not? So the answer is, it depends upon the university. Some universities specifically mention that they need IELTS score for the admission application, but for some universities and for some professors, they mention that if you have language proficiency certificate from your previous university, it fulfills the criteria and you can apply without IELTS. The most important part for the Japanese scholarship application is research proposal. And in order to make a good research proposal, you should visit the website of the university, and you should also read the web pages from the labs of different professors, and you should try to study deeply that what they are doing right now, and you should try to connect it what you want to do and what you want to contribute, and connect it with your past experience as well. So I have also a guide about writing a good research proposal, so I will add the link in the video description and you can have a look later. I will quickly show you the examples of some universities which are offering scholarships right now. So the first university is this Nagoya Institute of Technology. By the way, you can change the language of the website from a tab which is usually available on every university webpage. So if we go down, you can see that the scholarship application is open right now and you can follow the process to submit admission application. And another university is Tokyo Tech, and actually I graduated from this university. So if we go to the scholarships page of the website of this university, you can see that there are a lot of scholarship applications which are open right now. So if we open the MEXT University Recommendation Scholarship page right now, so we can see that the scholarships are open, and the exact date for the scholarship we can see by clicking on the link which is available on the page. So right now the scholarship application is open until April 8 of this year. So I think you can follow the process and submit your admission application easily. So I have given the overall picture of university recommended scholarships in Japan, and the specific criteria and the timeline will depend upon each university. So I highly recommend to explore the websites of universities in Japan as much as possible. But if you have any kind of questions regarding the university recommended scholarships in Japan, please feel free to ask your questions in the comment section and I will try to answer as much as possible. And also try to share this video with your friends who you think can benefit from this video. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.